This review contains footage of a game I did not record footage of. Due to my recorder's newfound inability to record DS or 3DS footage, I have used footage from other videos found on YouTube. Please turn annotations on during my introduction to the review to see the names of the videos I've taken from. Thank you. It's time for the Dragon Quest IX Sentinels of the Starry Skies review for the DS. This was my first Dragon Quest game I ever played. I mainly jumped on because the cool features like customization, a huge world, and lots of content sounded very fun. But was it? Let's find out. You're a player-created character who's some sort of guardian to help people. You start training in a small village, and for doing good, you get some fruit thing. Well, you give it to the tree you guys think is going to deliver you to the heavens if you give it enough goodness fruits, but it gets angry and blasts you off your floating home. You wake up in the town you visited with no more angel powers, and no real recollection of what happened. You find some friends, and then set out on a journey to figure out what actually happened and how to get your powers back. The graphics are good for a DS game. I do like Spirit Tracks look a bit better, but this is still really good. It's a Japanese RPG, and looks like it. The music is also good, but nothing too spectacular. You'll probably forget about it as soon as you play. The controls are good, for the most part. You can control the game either through the buttons or completely touchscreen based. Move with the D-pad or drag a line to move, and click A to choose a command or tap it. Which reminds me of my first problem. To tap select, you have to double tap the selection when in menus or in battle. The problem is, I'm used to single taps actually doing something instead of just highlighting what I tapped in green. Every word you want to select has to be double tapped, which is very annoying. But the rest of the controls actually worked well, so it's pretty forgettable. You'll be traveling across this big, and I mean big, world, looking for answers. You'll come across enemies which will be fought in turn-based battles. To help you along the way, you'll eventually get to create or use created team members to help you in fighting. There are several classes team members can have, while you're stuck as a minstrel for the first 5 hours or so. After a certain point, you can change classes, but you're reverted back to level 1, and no abilities or spells are carried over. I'd heard one or two of the past games had been able to mix classes, which I really wanted. Some classes are there from the start, while others have to be unlocked through quests. The enemies aren't too difficult in battle, but you'll have some trouble at times surviving in consecutive battles. But the bosses, however, are very difficult. You'll need to level grind a lot to beat them. However, content is not missing. The story will be around 50 hours, I think. And with the side quests, and there's a lot of them, you'll easily get 100 hours into this game. Another gimmick is customization. The first in the series, you can fully customize all your party members, like with their clothes and weapons. There are too many combinations to count, and it gives a lot of variety to each player's needs. Plus, via local wireless connectivity, you can bring a friend into your game to help. You can also trade maps to dungeons, which adds loads more hours, and an online shop through the Wi-Fi service to buy exclusive items. This game is really packed. Dragon Quest IX is a fun game. I'm not a big fan of turn-based RPGs, but I really enjoyed this game. This game has a good story, graphics that are great for a DS game, enough hours to keep you preoccupied, and great customization. But average music and the steep difficulty curve between bosses and the rest of the game are letdowns. But overall, it's a really good game. I give it a 4 out of 5, the title of great, and the way to play of a buy. If you like Japanese RPGs, turn-based RPGs, or just having a game with loads of content, then this is the game for you. But if you don't like the slow pace of turn-based games, this may not be a perfect fit, but you still might enjoy it.